This video we're going to cover Grand Funk Railroad's Closer to Home. We're going to look at the introduction, look at the signature riff of the song, the bridge to the song, some of the outro chords, and hopefully get to the solo. So after the video you'll have all the pieces of the song you can put together. Let's look at the introduction. Played on two strings, D and the G string, alternating between those two strings with your picking hand. We're going to go 7th fret G, 5th fret G, 4th fret G. Then we're going to hammer on the G string, hammer on, and then a hammer on and pull off on the B string 1st fret. The next time we're going to sustain those notes. Real slow. Then we toggle between two chords, a D chord and a C add 2 chord. Using the D string 2nd fret with my 1st finger, A string 3rd fret with my 2nd finger, B string 3rd fret with my ring finger, and 3rd fret of the high E string with my pinky. If you have a wah-wah pedal, this is the place to use it. That takes us into the signature riff, which is a combination of a D, D sus2 and a D sus4. Our D chord, D sus2 is with our 2nd finger out. D sus4 is with our pinky in on the 3rd fret. Then we're going to come back to that C2 chord. Real slow. Signature riff, which covers a good part of the song. After it plays the signature riff for quite a while, it goes to a bridge, which uses a D minor chord. If you don't know D minor, it's 1st fret of the high E string, 2nd fret of the G string, 3rd fret of the B string. It alternates between that and a B flat grip, which I use by getting my 1st finger on the A string, 1st fret, and barring with my pinky or 3rd finger across the D, G, and the B string on the 3rd fret, not playing the high E or the low E string, just grabbing those inside 4 strings. Then to an F chord, to an A chord. You could play it traditional F, or I play with my thumb on the bottom, or a bar F, then I'm using a bar A. Then that leads into the sort of the toggle that we started with at the beginning. D to the C2. Again, I think you can use your wah-wah there if you want to. That goes on for quite a while, and I think it even goes back into the... On the outro, this is what I hear, and I just wanted to give you this option. Kind of where he's singing, I'm getting closer to my home. It's just a D chord, then a C chord with a D bass. And I get that by using my 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. I'm using my ring finger on the G string 5th, my pinky on the B string 5th, and the open D string. closer to my home. You could also use the C2. Play both ways. The strumming is actually pretty sparse through that section. The last time before you go into the solo, I definitely think that it's better to go to this grip, because then we move up to right before we go into the solo. That's the same grip moved up to the 8th fret, 1st finger, E string, using the G string, using my ring finger on the 10th fret, pinky finger on the 10th fret of the B string against the open D. So then we're into the solo. We'll look at the solo in just a second. The solo is just against those two chords. D to the C2 or this C. And that's the rest of the song out. Here's the solo. Back and look at that. It's basically mainly played on the D and the G string and the A string. I never use my B string and I never use my low E string. I'm barring on the 7th fret, D and G string, and I'm hammering on the 9th fret of the D string with my ring finger and then pulling it off. And then jumping down to the A string on the 9th fret and sliding down. Sliding down to the 5th fret on the A string. Play this really slow. That leads me to the C position. It's the same lick with this little phrase on the end. That's 5, 3, and 5. Play all that together really slow. The last time he alters it a little bit. Repeats that phrase. I do hear on the outro these chords on the studio version, and that's just a bar across the D, G, and the B string at the 7th fret, and I'm using my ring finger here on the 9th fret. Where he's singing "I'm Getting Closer to My Home." Again, you can play it with these chords or this option. Or here. Closer to Home by Grand Funk Railroad, a song that some 30 plus years, I guess, later still works for me, so maybe you'll enjoy working it up and adding it to your sit list. Thanks for watching the video.